Good day, everyone. My name is Joven B. Musquera, an agriculturist from Altertrade Philippines Foundation and also a project coordinator of Trees for Life project. So I'll be your presenter today for the topic, why choose organic, natural, and local food? Growing your own food is surprisingly easy and rewarding. Eating fresh, chemical-free, and locally grown quality produce is an ideal way of consuming fresh produce sustainably and environmentally friendly. Let's define first the difference between organic, natural, and local food. Organic food. It uses ecological methods of agricultural production and mimics natural process in order to produce the food and allows farmers to be better stewards of the land. Organic farmers forego the use of synthetic petrochemical fertilizers, pesticides, fungicides, and weed killers in favor of more environmentally benign inputs and techniques. Organic agriculture combines both old and new ideas and practices to produce healthy, tasty, vitamin-rich crops. And it is based on minimal use of off-farm inputs and on management practices that restores, maintain, and enhance ecological harmony. Natural food. These are foods that are minimally processed and do not contain any hormones and antibiotics or any artificial coloring and flavors and undergone through minimal processing. Natural does not mean organic. It does not have farming practices standards. Local food. Direct or intermediate marketing of food to consumers that is produced and distributed within a short distance or in a limited geographic area where it is consumed, most often accompanied by a social structure and supply chain different from the large-scale supermarket system. Let's go back to the day when life is very simple, where we used to pick leaves of jute mallows or the tugabang, malabar spinach or the alugbati, pigweed or the kulitis, and the leafless runners of Edo or the takwag in our backyards or in some vacant sugarcane fields. And this will not cost you a single cent to make a healthy vegetable soup that we call laswa. Most of our elders believe that eating fresh and healthy food is one of the key to live longer. The same with conventional farming, the only farming practices or techniques of our elders that know of for over a decade. So what is conventional farming? Conventional farming uses herbicides to get rid of weeds rather than tilling the soil and pulling weeds manually. Pesticides are used to get rid of bugs instead of practicing crop rotation or use of biological pest control such as pheromones, good bacteria, or good pests that kill harmful pests. For livestock, conventional method uses antibiotics and growth hormones to keep livestock big and alive until they are ready to market. Conventional farming is less expensive, less work, and overall more efficient. Knowing the meaning of conventional farming, can we assume that natural food means no pesticides? Definitely yes. All natural food does not contain any artificial additives, and those chemicals or hormones mentioned are not used in the growth of all natural products. A food product advertised or labeled as natural is not allowed to contain any added vitamins, minerals, and artificial flavorings or food additives. The food needs to be in its original form, meaning that none of its natural components, with the exception of water, can be removed. So what does food labels tell us? Buying food with claims as natural, all natural, natural ingredients, or natural flavors seems like an easy way to cut back on synthetic ingredients, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats. But that's not often the case and sometimes can be misleading to consumers, or many of whom assume it to mean healthier or more nutritious. For example, for those foods that contain natural flavors, sweeteners, or other plant-derived substance can be labeled as natural. The same with foods that contains highly processed high fructose corn syrup or the HFCS can also be labeled as natural because the synthetic materials used to generate HFCS are not incorporated into the final product. and also with food that contains genetically engineered or modified ingredients can also be labeled as natural. So these are the examples of how natural may means something different and can influence how the consumers think about the products. Better buy products that is labeled with no artificial ingredients and minimally processed. The second one is made with organic label. Take for example our Altertrade Muscovado. We undergo annual organic certification. Raw materials such as sugarcane and coconut 100% grown as organic. And the use of processing aid is allowed and compliant to the standards of USDA NOP, EU, Netherlands, and Korean organic regulation. However, there are some products that are made between 70% to 94% organic. Furthermore, in order to be certified, the products must be traceably and verifiably documented from growing to purchasing. So why not all farmers just get organic certification, making everything better for us? Organic certification is pretty expensive. It is extensively expensive because not only do you have to change your entire farming method and to establish it for years, but you also have to pay for the application fee, the site inspection fee, and the annual certification fee. So these are the reasons why farmers opt out to switch to organic because money doesn't grow on trees, especially on organic trees. Many of us here think that organic food isn't worth the cost. Mainly because many consumers think organic are the same as conventional items, simply with a fancy organic label attached. However, there are actual differences between organic and conventional food. There are also some significant and very real reasons why organic food can be expensive. So here are the 9 reasons why organic is worth the extra cash. Number 1 is time requirements. Much of the organic pricing can be attributed to time issues. Time is money after all, and organic growers spend a lot more time on their crops than conventional growers. The Organic Farming Research Foundation notes that the organic price tag more closely reflects the true cost of growing the food, including substituting labors, intense management for chemicals, growing, harvesting, transportation, and storage. Since organic growers don't use the same amount of harmful pesticides on their crops, they have to look for other alternatives, often manual methods of controlling pests and diseases. These methods keep pesticides out of people and the environment, and they do cost more. There's also ongoing education for organic growers, the certification process, the paperwork, inspection, and planning for more are factored into the organic grower schedules. Organic foods derived from animals cost more than their conventional counterparts for the same reason. The second one is organic certification, and it is time-consuming and flat-out expensive for many growers and handlers. Not only are first-time certification cost steps, but there are other certification costs involved as well. Some of the major certification costs including renewal certification costs, education, suitable organic land and livestock from organic origins, organic seeds, and special processing equipment. The third one is special facilities, from growers to processors. Most organic certified operations need special land or facilities before they can produce food. Organic land costs much more than conventional farmland because there is a long list of qualities that organic land must possess. This applies to organic land used for crops or livestock. The fourth one is education. When it comes to organic skills, most business owners spend a significant amount of time and money on ongoing education costs. Many organic farmers and other organic businesses owners spend time and money getting degrees in related field. Since the organic knowledge landscape is always changing, or as is in organic policy, Keeping up to date is an important but often costly expensive. Beyond self-education, organic business owners or companies must take time to ensure that their employees are also follows proper organic protocol. There is a lot of different skill sets involved with organic production and handling practices, and employees must use organic practices in order for the operation to stay certified. The fifth one is small operations. Majority of organic farms are smaller than their conventional counterparts. Small farms do not receive the same benefits from the economies of scale that large operations do. It costs quite a bit more to grow and process small quantities of organic food, as opposed to the large quantities. On top of added costs to process small amount of food, it costs more to ship these items. Organic policy specifically mandates that you must segregate organic food items from conventional food items. The sixth one is the small-scale marketing. Marketing a business effectively takes a significant amount of money and time. While large companies often have set marketing budgets and people who do marketing work for them, smaller operations often do marketing on their own on a very low budget. The seventh one is the cheap synthetics. Organic food producers do not use the same readily available cheap additives, flavors, and preservatives as conventional food producers do. A long list of known harmful ingredients not allowed in organic food. This means organic producers must find other, less harmful but often less available and more expensive ingredients instead. Number 8 is supply and demand. Economies of scale. The more you buy, the more a company will produce. And the more you produce, the lower prices will fall. Supply and demand is a huge issue. Though organics are gaining popularity each year, organic food sales are nowhere near conventional food sales. If more consumers bought organic, there would be more demand, enabling organic operations to scale up. That in turn would lower the cost. But when consumers flock to cheap, toxic food, that's what companies want to produce. The last one is the missing story. Organic food appears to be more expensive than conventional, but a very large piece of the story is missing. A lot of evidence shows we do pay more for conventional food. It is just harder to see because we pay this cost indirectly. Current conventional food cost fails to reflect some key points. For example, the cost of conventional food doesn't reflect the cost of the environment, such as land, soil, and water pollution. We pay for this cost through our taxes, not through our food budget. Conventional food production also costs more for pesticides manufacturing and disposal. Pesticides, a known health risk, are abundant in conventional food. So when we eat pesticide-filled foods, we rack up bigger bills for medical expenses as well. Lastly, organic provide better animal welfare, promote rural development, and help increase jobs. Issues at which the conventional food production system fails miserably. It is disheartening when you see a cheap jar of conventional peanut butter or a bag of conventional pineapple sitting right next to their higher priced organic versions. But once you look at the whole story, it is easy to see that organic food offers benefits and long-term money savings that conventional food never will. As consumers, what should we look out for? If you're not scrimping on a budget on buying organic foods, one, make sure that you are reading the labels and be familiar with organic standard logos. For examples, are NICERT or the Negros Organic Island Certification Service Incorporated or the OCCP or Organic Certification Center of the Philippines. For international, like our Mascabados, it carries the label or logos of United States Department of Agriculture, National Organic Program, the Netherlands, European Union, and the Korean Organic Regulation. The second one is better to know or look for a trusted organization selling organic foods, like Altertrade, that offers local market weekly delivery of the box or the bio-organic exchange, a package of fresh farm produce. The third one is be friend with your local farmer. Talk to them, make friends, and most importantly, build trust. Why should we choose local? First, it's more about economic. It supports local business like our farmers. It contributes on stabilizing taxes and give positive impact on our local economies and creating local jobs. Supporting local food and farmers means that the food that you eat is grown and produced in your local area, and the money you spend for the food benefits local farmers and producers. The second one is for environmental. It helps preserve genetic diversity and promotes energy conservation, like by using of less packaging, less transportation. Locally grown food is good for the environment and for sustainability because good farmers ensures that the land is well kept with minimal, if any, usage of chemicals and fertilizers. These practices can sequester carbon and they can also help to ensure proper natural habitats for wildlife. The third one is for the community. It allows us to know our neighbors, makes our community unique, encountering good customer service, and allows consumers to buy ethically. Locally grown food helps build communities because when you buy directly from the farmer, you are building a relationship while also helping to support local farmers who are providing for you as much as they are providing for their own families. The fourth one is about health. Local foods are more nutritious and fresh produce tastes better because it has less time in transit and or less time to sit around. The last one is aesthetic. Local products looks better and you can find better products that are unique and also allows us to try to buy. Choosing to purchase locally grown food is an important way to support a local economy and protect the environment. Getting involved in the local food system help us to gain back the separation we created between humans and food production. When buying locally, you may choose to buy food that was grown as locally as possible. Locally grown food can often be found in your regular grocery store, at farmers market, or within community supported agriculture program like an organic farmers market in your locality. As consumers, we want to know what we're really buying and eating, especially nowadays that there is an ever-increasing number of labels, nutrient claims, and other scientific studies about what is and is not good for us to consume. But is there anything more important than feeding our family with wholesome and nourishing food? That is one of the reasons why many food safety movement continues to grow, and why many people fought so hard to develop and enforce food safety policies. At the end of the day, we all just want to have a peace of mind on what's in our food, how it is grown, and hopefully to leave our planet in a little better shape than what it was yesterday. Thank you so much to all participants for today, and we would like also to invite you to our fourth webinar episode this coming November 2020. It is about soil management and effective crop rotation. Please don't forget to click subscribe to our official YouTube channel, Altertrade Philippines Incorporated, and also like our official Facebook page, Altertrade Mascobado. Once again, thank you so much and have a great day, everyone.